Hello YouTube, this is a Satsu 5, and as you can see there's an assortment of stuff on the screen before you. I'm only really talking about two things, a single category of self-defense, whatever. The other stuff there is just for ambience. Max Bish playing cards and 3 pocket watches. But yes, I had this epiphany while I was, after an incident at Buffalo Wild Wings. I've probably talked, I know I've talked about this on camera, but I was at Buffalo Wild Wings where some drunk people got into a fight. Some guy got cut up really bad because they broke a beer glass on him. And these people were fighting the police in the parking lot. And that wasn't the only incident. There was, like, that night was crazy. And I thought to myself, like, what if I was at on the patio or where this happened, and someone decided that they were going to swing a beer bottle at me, or wanted to hurt me in any way. What if I responded how I would normally respond to a self-defense situation and pulled this out? This is kind of my dress self-defense knife, and I have no problem using a self-defense knife. That I don't have a problem with that concept. You know, I'm going home, that's the main thing. But I thought to myself, well, if I have this in my hand and a police officer were to walk in on that situation and they see a man bleeding like a stuck pig, me holding this, what is that police officer going to think? He's probably going to draw his gun and point it at me and demand that I drop the knife, which I should do. I should drop the knife, but you know, I prefer not to have a gun pointed at me, if you catch my drift. So like I said, I will always have a self-defense knife when it's legal. But it just seems like if you're going into a situation like a bar, sports bar, some place like that where there's gonna be drunk people. You know, I worked at a fireworks stand. Of course, we had guns all over the place, but we also had pepper spray all over the place, because drunk people come to the fireworks stands because, you know, they want to blow crap up. There's a force continuum. Okay, I'm presented with this situation, I use this much force if your equipment allows. So normally I carry a self-defense knife. My equipment allows me to use a self-defense knife. But if it's a situation where I don't really need to kill the person, I just need to get away, wouldn't it be better to have pepper spray? Which brings me back to my point. If I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings and there's a drunk guy causing trouble, for some reason decides that he doesn't like me or someone else, whatever, I'm still going to have the self-defense knife in case I would need it. But I find it would be much more acceptable, socially acceptable, and I would have less to explain to the police officer if I had pepper spray. Or, for that instance, a high lumen flashlight, which is also a good idea to have. I don't like this flashlight, so I don't carry it that much. But yes, this is Cold Steel Inferno. This is what I carried at the fireworks stand, or had under the shelf at the fireworks stand, because it's like 2 ounces of pepper spray, and it's supposed to be nasty stuff. I don't think they sell this anymore, but I thought I'd just put that in there to represent a normal size pepper spray thing. And this is my new product that I just bought. This is the Asp Key Defender, and I got it in this really nice anodized blue that I really love. This is like my favorite color blue. As you can see, it's same as my bracelet, bracelet. I have some knives that are anodized this color. Like I had a limited edition Onslaught, and the Benchmade 51 has kind of this color blue underneath it. So I really like this shade of blue. So I got it. And what this is a keychain / pocket-sized pepper spray. It has this safety switch on it. If the safety's on, you can't press the button, but if you do that, you can press the button. I'm not going to press it right now because I'm in my room. But This is a very, very carryable pepper spray. You can put it on your keys, although I'm going to talk about that later. But what my brother does, I bought him one of these first before I bought mine. I bought him one for his birthday, and he put a paracord lanyard on it, and he just carries it in his pocket like that, and so separate from his keys. So I bought him one because I was kind of curious about it, and then after he got his for his birthday, I kind of was like, oh man, I want one. So also it's knurled right there for grip. And but yeah, he got one, and then I got mine. You can buy replacement canisters of heat. This is the pepper spray. They call it heat. It's 10% capsaicin. And this is the key defender size. They have 3 different sizes of these. They have the key defender, the palm defender, and the street defender. The palm defender being the stubby one, and the key defender being kind of the medium-sized original one, and the street defender is bigger than the key defender. So you get more squirts with the street defender. And yeah, so, and this is also, I think, what they use in that gun pepper spray thing that Cutlery Level has. I kind of disagree with that, but, you know, that's what he likes to carry for his pepper spray self-defense. I prefer this, but yeah, it's precision machined, and has an O-ring in it right there. As you can see, you undo the safety, if I can do it. Yeah, and this plunger presses on the bottom of the tank, which squirts the pepper spray out of that nozzle. So yeah, it's precision machined and has an O-ring on it, so it's pretty much impossible for it to leak on you. It's not going to get a hole punched inside of it and leak. And because it's O-ring sealed and such, you can run it through the laundry machine. My brother washed his, and the safety didn't come off, and he was like, wow, I washed it, oops. And I encouraged him to go outside and squirt it to make sure it still works, and it did. But what are the benefits to this type of pepper spray versus this type of pepper spray, you know, the standard canister? Well, it has to be carryability. This takes so much less room in your pocket. If you put this in your pocket, that's pretty much the only thing you're putting in your pocket. And if you have like a if you're wearing jeans and they're not cargo jeans, it's going to be relatively difficult to pull it out of your pocket and deploy it because it takes up so much room. And you know, when you make a fist or grab something, you know, it gives you less room to pull stuff out of your pocket. Kind of like the same concept as the raccoon trap that they used in where the red fern grows. So yeah, this is such a small, slim package that you can even put this in the 5th pocket or the pocket watch pocket and carry it with you, and it's very unintrusive. You can also put paracord on it, wear it as a necklace. It'll be a really weird looking necklace, but hey, if you're jogging, you know, you're probably not dressing to impress, so you can do that. And you can get these in all different colors: violet, red, silver, gold plated. And so it's very easy to carry. You can put it on your keys, but I want to talk about that for a second. You see people advertise weapons like this, like the key defender, also can be used as a Urara stick or a Kubaton. And they'll say put your keys on it, and then they'll say, oh, you can use this as like a flail and swing your keys at people, and it's a self-defense option you have. I hate that train of thought so much. It's not that I hate it, it's just stupid. And you'll see these people who will claim to be experts at self-defense, Kubotan, whatever, or they claim that they know what they're talking about, and they say to use it as a flail, and they'll say, I wouldn't want to be hit with that. Well, this is the way I look at it. I wouldn't want to be hit in the head with a wiffle ball bat, but it doesn't make it a good self-defense option. So this, if you put your keys on it and you flail it, it's not going to do much. You'll be better off grabbing the keys and jabbing it in their neck or eyeball. While we're on the concept of Kubotan, this one is big enough that it extends out both ways, so you can use it as an impact weapon. But it's funny, when I show this to people, like when my brother got his, and when I showed this one to my friend Daniel, the Native American guide from the tribe of Mexico, in my Arkansas videos, you've seen him before, but every one of them says, why couldn't they machine a cone on the nozzle? Like, and I don't know if it would interfere with the spray, but if they had just a cone with a hole in it, it would concentrate that force in a smaller area, and it'll make it a much more effective force multiplier. So that is my only gripe with this. Like, I know I'm not an engineer, so I don't know if that'll screw with the spray pattern, but and plus this is aluminum, so it's soft, so if that cone gets deformed in any way, I guess it could interfere with its spraying ability. But yeah, that was something we thought of. Yeah, this would make a good Kubotan, but why not put a cone on it? Did I mention this is not necessarily a review? I've only carried this a few times. I have carried it, but I do want to do testing on it. They sell inert canisters that are for training, and I'd like to get one of those. And I don't necessarily need it for training, I just want to know how many squirts I can get. And so far, no one's been able to tell me how many squirts you get per canister for the key defender or personal protector or personal defender. They go by two names, and they don't tell you the throw or the distance it will go. So in my opinion, this is pretty much like an anti-rape device. That means that you're waiting until the person is right on top of you, very close, before you squirt them. Now, my opinion on this might change as soon as I test it. This is an initial impression and the story of my epiphany of self-defense in a sports ball. So, like I said, I haven't actually squirted this yet. I do want to get an inert training thing and test it to see what it's capable of doing. But I wanted to share with you that this is an option. It's made by ASP, and it's relatively idiot-proof to use, although one of the downfalls of designing something that's completely idiot-proof is to underestimate the ingenuity of idiots. So you can screw it up, but it's pretty simple. And so yeah, I don't know the distance on this, but it's easy to carry, easy to use. I would feel much better if a drunk guy came at me and I was able to defend myself with this, as opposed to going straight for the jugular with this. And that's just a term I'm using. I'm not necessarily targeting the jugular, but instead of going straight for the throat, go for the eyes with this. I can tell you from experience that pepper spray sucks for about 45 minutes. And it takes a split second for it to take effect. You know, you feel the wet on your face, and you think to yourself, oh, that wasn't so bad. And then it feels like a really bad sunburn. It messes with your sinuses. It's burning a lot. You can't open your eyes. You turn into a complete wimp when you get sprayed with pepper spray. So I'm not necessarily planning on spraying myself with this. I'm not saying it's not an option for a future video, but I'm just saying it's very difficult to convince yourself to do that again after being sprayed for the first time. Now, if you get a pepper spray like this, generic 2-ounce thing of pepper spray, Still very easy to use, but a little bit more difficult to carry with you. This is good because you have distance. You can throw it out further. And you have more pepper spray, so if there's multiple assailants, you can squirt multiple people. To me, this is a good companion weapon with a knife or a gun or so on and so forth. Just don't mace them and then shoot them, because that would look bad in court. But I didn't have to say that. You knew that already. But yeah, if there's multiple people and you can't squirt all of them with this, it's good to have a backup gun or knife. And I can't legally carry a collapsing baton, so this is probably my best option to carry at Buffalo Wild Wings. So I wanted to talk about that, you know, because I thought after that night at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I don't feel unsafe at Buffalo Wild Wings. This was a freak event because it was the one night that there was no police officers there on a pay-per-view. Usually when there's a pay-per-view, there's multiple police officers. And this night, like, all the police officers got called off to something, and they didn't have a police officer there, and all hell broke loose. And I thought to myself, if there was a situation where I'm at a sports bar or anywhere and I have to defend myself, what would I rather the police officer see when he walks into the room? Would I rather him see me with pepper spray or me with a large folding knife and a bleeding guy in front of me? Like I said, I don't want anybody to point a gun at me, so I decided to carry the pepper spray as a companion self-defense tool to the knife. So that's it. I'm Soxy5. I hope y'all have a great day. God bless, and I'm out.